Will the suspect please take the stand? Mr. Goofy, is it?
Yeah.
Circumstances always wants to cancel Perry.
It's not a good look. Women don't respect it. Kind of makes me look like a bitch. I like it.
I have Beckerman. What up, Mark?
I got my friend Umberto down the street.
And Kyle, what's up, brother? We got Chris in here. What's up, Chris? What up, Mark? What's going on? Are you going to give us the NFT update? Oh, what up, Norman? David,
I want to know who the fuck is the real comic book community? Who? Is it this weirdo?
What up, C-Bizzle?
Station.
Good to see you, man. Thanks for jumping on.
What's up, guys?
What up, Digger Jim?
Like
What's up, Travis? What up,
Bro?
dude? Mike would be a great guy to tell a story.
What's going on, Blake?
Scotty, are you involved? Hey, what up, Drake? Good to see you, homie. What up, BLC? How you doing, brother?
What's going on, man?
Remy Q, what's up, my guy? Hey, what up, Carrie?
Yes,
She let it-
I Google things.
God,
I think it's
big
funny,
in the
though,
house.
that-
What's up, dude?
Biggie.
What up, LCS? You know anything about this?
Circumstance, can you hum it for us?
No. dun, 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 dun. What up, man? Spine Six crew in the house.
Oh, you look especially shiny today, Phil.
Trev, the shipping guru. What's up, my dude? What's up, Taki? What's up, man? Rob's Fat Stacks. Are you here to stop FOC? Shout out to Frog Brawler. What's up, Alan? Comic Viking.
You're right, guys.
Cuffy's in the house from my guy Flo.
What's up, baby?
We got another first time appearance. Great show tonight, Lady Fantastic in this Christmas. What up, Mad Spidey? Thanks for coming through, my
Finally,
man.
get
How you
on
doing?
one.
I'm in for so much stuff.
We got Papa in the house. What's up, man? Thanks for jumping on.
Haters gonna hate.
Butts.
The fact that you ever gave me a hard time about an intro being too long.
What up? What up? What up? It is Tuesday once again, and we are back for another FOC and Chill. And this is a special edition of FOC and Chill where Beckerman will come on and be grumpy and yell at me for minor reasons. So this is going to be
I'm
really
the heart and
exciting.
soul of this crew.
It's going to be really exciting for everybody watching and everybody on the panel. This is a special edition of FOC and Chill. I have invited the homies that showed up at Planet Comic-Con this past weekend. We hung out, we drank, we ate, we bought comic books, and I was hoping to bring the homies through so we could talk about what we picked up and how Beckerman cracked my slab. So we can get to that story later. First, let's get to the chat. We got the homie Kevin, Entropy and Comics in the house. What up, Kevin? Thanks for stopping by. We got my Discord brother Perry in the house. What up, Perry? GT Key Comics is here. What up, GT? We have Perry again, this time as Two Real Entertainment. What up, Perry and TK? The great legend is here. What up, homie? Appreciate you coming through. Chris, the comic vet, is here from up north. What up, my dog? TN Comedy, aka Thomas Nickel Comedy, is in the house. Check him out. He's been dropping some comic book content. So if you're looking for comic book content, definitely see what's up with the homie. We got my other Discord brother, Benny Compton. What up, Benny, baby? Thanks for stopping by. Oh, look, there's that guy, Kyle. He's on the stream. There he is. Darth Lopez, another part of the Whisper Cell there. Check out his latest video. He's giving you a little, he's saying, he's announcing his departure from the YouTube drama. We'll see how long that lasts. We have Cali Comics, my homie from way over there in the West. What up, Cali? Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you. Dr. Vaughn Hoot from across the pond is always gracing us with his presence. I appreciate you, my man. Caroline, my sister, Lady Fantastic. What up, lady? Thanks for stopping by. Ryan Riley in the house to see what did y'all get at Planet Comic-Con. Can't wait to find out. Sicko Tron is in the house. What up, Sicko? Thanks for coming through. Higgy Pop Comics is here. What up, Higgy? My man, He Who Remains. Check him out. He was always hanging with us on Monday nights over at JP's Budget Collecting. We always have a good time with that cash or trash. The Reverend is in the house. Bleecker Street Comics. Check him out every single Sunday. He is holding sermon, and you can probably find Beckerman in there as well. What up, Bleak? Thanks for coming by. Old Wolf is here. Tony, check him out Thursday nights. Cheap Comic Collector. What up, my man? Right. Thanks for stopping by. Another one, Brother Joe's in the house. Let me know if you need the link, Brother Joe. I know you were in the house. Gene Rozelle Winfield is in the house. What up, Gene? That's one of my Winfield, Kansas homies right there. He is in this comic book scene, though. I bought a lot of books from him back in the day. I just recently joined Facebook again, guys. So I missed the Kansas City Comic Collectors Club. So I'm back on the Facebook. We'll see how long that lasts. All right. That is all I have. Thank you to everybody that jumped on. We got the homie Bobby De La Ghetto. We have a first appearance from my homie Swagda. Check him out not on Instagram because he's not on there, but check him out on the YouTubes.
All right.
Doing big things on the YouTubes coming up quick. And he's bringing that love and passion for comics. So definitely check my man out. We'll get to your haul. Of course, I want to get to the other first appearance there. Ray, Fair Comics, another one of the homies comes to the wrestling events with us. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for coming through. Cannot wait to see what you got. But that's all the first appearances. What do you guys want to start with, man? Any stories you want to start with, or do we want to get to the show and tell part? What's going on, guys?
Didn't nobody tell me about the smells, but other than that,
smells. So okay, let's start with that then, because this was your first con, Swagda.
Yeah.
So tell me, what was your how do you feel about your first experience at the con, and would you go back?
I would surely go back, and I felt like it was cool. It was just the waiting process at the beginning, but other than that, being in there and everything, being around everybody, seeing all like the cosplay and everything, that was cool. Like I had fun with it. And I got a lot of stuff. I'm editing that video like now. So
I mean, you got a lot of footage. I saw you a lot.
Yeah.
So you're putting in that work. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Did you want to show it?
You get Marcus.
I wasn't very good. I wasn't a very good YouTuber, I'm more of a live show guy. That's why we're doing this here, showing off and represent. I'm also a promoter. I did a lot of promoting on Instagram. So, we'll get back at him. We'll do a better job next time. So, thank you for bringing that up, Becker. I have some things to bring up later as well. So I'm glad that we
I'm going to be promoting you in my video, though. I'm going to make sure I'm going to be like, put it up there, circumstance with no camera.
I'm a fake ass YouTuber. What can I say, man? Kyle, man. This is not your first. Obviously, you've been to many Planet Comic Cons. Any thoughts on the Comic Con this year? What was your highlight in terms of seeing people at the con?
So the only criticism, I guess, that I have is that this was the first time that they've had like trouble actually like getting you in the door. I mean, yeah, there's a long wait if you don't get your wristband early. Like you could get your wristband 1 or 2 days early at a couple different places around the city. But like we were in line together, Marcus and I, and it was supposed to open at 1, and it's like 1:05, 1:10, 1:15. I mean, that's not really like a humongous deal. That was my biggest hiccup. But the coolest thing for me was like I stood in line for Mike Coulter, Luke Cage. And
he was on 1883, right?
He was so nice.
Kyle wasn't there for that story Saturday.
Oh, he wasn't? Or who was there for? Is it? We can tell that one later. Okay, go ahead, Kyle.
Oh no, he was super nice. I mean, that was probably I only went Friday. I only went one day because I don't have any willpower with my budget, and it was all gone that day anyway.
Dude, I spent way too much money this weekend as per usual. That's definitely part of it. All right, well, we'll get to the show and tell part, but let's do the talkie part. Pokehead Joe, my man. It's always a pleasure that you come and visit us for these Planet Comic Cons. This is what, your fourth, fifth, sixth in a
Fourth
row?
one.
How many?
Fourth
One
now.
in a fourth Planet Comic Con in a row. What were your thoughts on this fourth trip, and what was the highlight of the con for you?
As always, just running into everybody and being able to go out, eat some good food, do some interesting things, and then the comic books. That's kind of always the thing secondary to me. So it was really good seeing everybody, of course, and meeting new people and hanging out with new people like Swagda and Daybears, two great guys. Watch their content. That's all I got to tell you. Definitely interesting to talk to. I did have a problem with the lines this year. Like, I don't know what it was. The last 4 years, it just seemed like the lines were. It was kind of janky too getting in. I don't know who thought of that stupid around the building and then step rope. Like, that was just a disaster. So I may have to come up with a new way to survive cons. So stand by for that guide. Forget about trying to eat in there. If you're not first in line, you're going to be waiting an hour. So I just ended up going over to the Marriott to eat lunch if I wanted something, which that worked too. That was fine.
There's a lot of stuff right there to go to.
Yeah. That was super easy. First day didn't buy much. Second day made up for that. Third day left. But again, it's not just the con is the reason why I go. The wonderful food, getting to meet and laugh and watch Beckerman beat up on old Burke family over there. It was a great time, and as always, just great host out there. Thank you for having me.
Better him than me, so thank you for Burke.
and Joe, creepy casino trip.
Yeah, creepy Masonic Lodge ghetto trip was awesome. It's going to be in my video.
We can definitely get to that. Beckerman came up clean in that one. But Ray, I know you're a long time. This is your first time not being an exhibitor. What were your thoughts on the con? Any highlights from you, man?
I thought it was fantastic. I probably had a slightly different experience than a lot of people. I assisted at a couple different booths. I'm friends with a lot of the different vendors, still carried over those relationships. So I'd swing by and see, like, do you guys need anything? Do you guys need to step away? You need somebody to watch the booth? You need somebody to go get your food? Things of that nature. So I was able to get in kind of under the auspices of still being a vendor, even though I definitely participated more as an attendee. And it's the first time in 9 years since I've gone as an attendee. Last time I did that was 2016. It was the last time that Stan Lee was here. And that was actually the first time I ever went. Got Stan Lee's autograph, got to meet him, was completely starstruck when I met him, completely froze up, got up, just handed him my ASM 50 and was like, I love your work. Thank you so much. And just shuffled myself away and got my book graded, and everything was downhill since then.
Yeah, that's a pretty high peak. Yeah, I feel you.
But this year was fantastic. Highlights for me, I had two big highlights, which was just really seeing my friends, getting to see everyone again. Vendors and non-vendors. The vendors, I love seeing them do well. I love seeing their books. I love seeing their walls grow. Having experienced that myself, watching your wall go from, kind of dinky to not having, being full of minor keys, to then growing to major keys, to blue chip keys, to gold keys. So watching them do well and grow and build to another level fills me with a sense of pride. And I love seeing that. I love seeing them grow, and just, I love watching good people do good things.
Hell yeah.
And then, catching up with my non-vendor friends and seeing them pick up their grails, seeing them pick up their good books and add to their personal collections. And that's, I love that side of it as well. I'm still a collector. I still have my personal collection. So that's super fulfilling for me as well. And then the second part, I don't know if we want to get into this story now or we can save it for later.
Oh, man, let's do it, man.
But so, Becker, I'll need your assistance with this story.
All of you.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Oh, we're gonna tell that one, Ray.
No, that's not the story. Becker, you know me better than that. I'm not gonna bring that up. I'll let somebody else do that. Mine is the full circle story.
Oh, the
With-
Daymare
with Roy-
story. I wish Daymare was here.
Yes.
Yeah, I think he might be here later. Maybe I know he had another show tonight he was doing.
Oh, I
So-
can't stomach being on here that long.
Come on, man. Jeez.
So one of the ways I got involved in comics was after I got my book signed by Stan Lee. I met the guys with CBCS and learned from them a lot, and found out that they needed help getting their signatures witnessed. So the next year at Planet Comic Con, I reached out to them and said, "Hey, do you guys need help witnessing signatures? Do you need help at your booth?" And they said, "Absolutely, we'd love that. We always need help." So I ran around with them and I got a bunch of signatures. I did witnessing for people who came to the booth. And ever since then, I built that relationship and I worked with them as an authorized witness. So I did a lot of witnessing signatures at Planet for myself and for others. So 2 years ago, Roy Thomas was here and I had a big stack of books. I'm a huge X-Men fan, as you probably can tell. And so I had a huge, Silver Age run from Roy, and as well as a few other books. I wasn't able to leave the booth, so I sent Mike and a couple others. Said, "Hey, I need these signed by Roy." Let him know that these are getting graded because he'll probably have a fee that's different for that. Please go get these signed and take care of that for me. One of them was a Not Brand X. I think it was issue 5 or 6, first in-story appearance of Four Bushman.
Nice.
And inside, my intent was to get him to sign it, and then I was going to resell it. But inside, all of the creators are given kind of silly nicknames. Roy is credited as Rascally Roy Thomas. So I thought it would be kind of fun to have him sign it as Rascally Roy Thomas. And Becker, I'll let you take it from here.
So I get up to Roy and I ask him to sign it Rascally Roy Thomas. And he kind of gets snippy with me. Like he lectures me that was never his nickname and he doesn't know why Stan did it in that issue. And he didn't think it was very funny and he didn't like that name. And I thought Ray had set me up. So I went back to Ray's booth like, "Hey man, thanks a lot." Like that felt, because I assume that everybody is like me, and because I would do that to somebody. And anyway, I came back and lectured him, but Ray was like, "No, I'm not that clever. Like I did not do this to you. Like, but that's awesome." And he decided to make that a PC copy book. But then why this story is relevant is now a few years later, Daymare comes to town. He goes to Beskar Books, which if you're not following them on Instagram, what's your problem? Go follow the Beskar guys. Great books. But anyway, he goes to their booth and he ends up buying what was it, Ray? X-Men.
Oh, there was it was like an X-Men, oh Lord, like 27, something like that.
Signed by Roy in like a 4.0 or a 4.5 CBCS yellow label. Well, that was one of the books I got signed.
Nice.
So it's all Ray sold it to Beskar when Ray closed up shop, and Beskar sold it to Daymare. And now Daymare is like, "Oh, this makes this book," because we were all just kind of tripping on like how full circle that came, that he would know me from YouTube and end up buying a book that I witnessed.
Small
and he came,
world. Yeah.
And he came to show you the book while I was there visiting you.
Yeah, and
so
you
like
called it out right away.
odds?
I didn't really think about it, to be honest.
Well, because he also had, I forget the issue number, but a Daredevil issue that's got Dr. Doom's mask with Daredevil reflected in it. That was one of my books. And then he had a Black Panther first appearance of M'Baku, which was one of mine. And then he had a He-Man book, which wasn't one of mine. But as he was showing you the books, I was like, that looks really familiar. That looks really familiar. And then as soon as I saw the X-Men, I was like, that's 100%. Those were my books. I know not. I don't even think he told us where he got them from, but I was like, those are my books and I know where you bought them from. And then it clicked. I was like, wait a minute, Becker, you witnessed that signature. And I was like, what are the odds that, I would need
and I
Roy's
like that
signature.
he liked
Becker would
the
go and get
story.
it. Yeah. I would then sell it to Beskar. Beskar would sell it to him. He would bring it to you to show it to you. And I would happen to be there chatting it up just to be able to witness all of it. The full circleness of it all is insane.
It's a circle of life.
It's the circle of
dope.
nerd.
Small comic book
And
circle.
also, Ray, let's go a week earlier. You also got into it with some wrestlers.
Check out my video on Instagram. You can see that.
I could have taken them. I outweighed both those boys.
Hell yeah.
Before we get too far from the Roy Thomas thing,
At least you had backup. At least you had backup there. If they would have messed with you, we would have all jumped on their asses.
my camera's going to show this backwards, but at Planet this year, I bought a CGC or a CBCS witnessed Roy Thomas.
That's another one of them.
I cracked it.
What year is that?
2021 is what it says.
2021. That's
No, that would have been the year before.
yeah, but I would have.
I just thought it was funny. I bought a Roy Thomas CBCS.
That would have been funny.
Yeah,
He was
you
there in
were
2021, I know.
What was the month on it?
August. Oh yeah, that wasn't Planet.
August.
It was
Yeah.
it wasn't Planet. Well,
Wait.
Planet was late that
Yeah,
year.
It was
August.
Planet that
Planet.
That was
year.
Planet.
Yeah.
Hold on,
yeah.
I've got
Planet was late
CBCS
that year
up
'cause
right
of
now
COVID.
because I'm getting ready to send in another order.
Yeah,
I
this
can
is
check the books that I've sent in.
that's funny though.
There's a very good
It
possibility that was
Probably
Probably
video of him.
is, man.
Station.
Bobby, this is like your 1,000th planet. Have you been to every single planet actually?
Yeah, I believe
Wow.
so. Yeah, 26. Yeah, 26 one. Yeah,
Hell of a streak.
26 years. Yeah.
Bobby started before there was a Planet Comic Con.
Any
I was
thoughts on it?
I was the one that said, "Let there be light." Yeah, to the Planet Comic Con. No, that. Yeah, man, it was about the good, the bad, and the ugly for me, man. All in 3 days. You know what I'm saying? It was. It was quite an affair. You know what I'm saying? It's become a different thing, but yeah, I try to make it quick. But the bad was, like you said, the line to get in there. You know what I mean? 26 years. I used to park right in the front. Right there, right outside the building. I had my little method. I'd have a little box of books, have a backpack. I take some up, get some signed, come back to my car, switch them out, go back. But they had the parking was wiped out. There was no place to park, and you had to, it's hard to make trips back to your car back and forth when you got to park a mile away and shit. Yeah, so right away, yeah, I'm a bit of an introvert. Maybe that's why I wear the mask. I don't know, but. So it's, thinking of going down there, with the crowds and the party. I don't like going downtown with the one-way streets and the honk and the beep beep and the orange cones and all that shit, man. But I powered my way through it, and because once I get in there, I'm good. And but it was a hassle getting in. There was a line they put me in the wrong line. I got in that line where you went around the building 3 times. You seemed like the same people walking by. You know what I mean? I was getting frustrated. And but I finally got in. They said, "Oh, you just should have went there first, and you'd have been right in." So I was like, anyways, I got in, and then I was looking for Ed McGuinness because I never met him. So I went looking for him, and then they informed me. I said, "Is he here?" I looked everywhere. I seen this. Nah, he didn't. He canceled at the last. He got ill, which I hope he's doing all right. You know what I mean? Yeah. But so right away, I was in a bad until I get my first autograph. Then I can settle in, you know what I mean? But I was having a hard time. But I finally got a few autographs, settled down. But the good part was meeting up with you guys. Yeah, hanging out. That's where the cons became a whole different thing. Meeting friends from out of town, Pocan Joe. I can't say that enough, yeah. And hang on, allegedly somebody was going to drink him under the table, allegedly. Yeah.
What happened to that?
No, yeah, it's all allegedly. I try to hang. One of those nights, yeah, and that was the ugly part. The next morning, I had a hangover, and I was all, I was cursing Dave Mares and Joe because them guys don't get hangovers. Well, I do, yeah. So, but But the good part was the love, man. The love, I got to hang out. When once I get in there and I settle in, and I get to meet the artists and shake their hands and hang out with them, and then you guys, like I said, it became a whole new beast with meeting friends from out of town, and yeah, it was just a great time. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I keep saying this is gonna be my last year, but no, I see a few more years still going. Yeah.
I'll see you next
Brother Joe, I know you were in on Sunday, right?
Man, just unlike you guys, I'm on a budget. I'm on a strict budget.
I'm on a budget too, brother.
So I walked. If it wasn't for you're that one guy, Miles, I wouldn't even have gone. Because at the last minute he said, I got a exhibitor's pass for you. So I said, hell yeah, shit, let's go. That saved me money. That'll save me money right there. So I went in, picked up a few things, but I fell in love. I fell in love there this year.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Miss Pam Greer.
Oh yeah. I got to see her as well, actually.
Oh, you did?
Miss Foxy.
Yeah. I walked up after I spent all my money. I had about $30 left, and she was asking for $50 an autograph. So I walked up to her and I said, "Look, Miss Greer, I just want to say hello. Welcome to Kansas City. I found your TV show on Roku, and it's called what's it called? It's called Soulflix." And she goes, "Yeah, I've been doing that for a while." And I said, "Well, I just love that. I found it. I watched it." I said, "I got my last $30. Would you give me an autograph for that?" She looked at me and she said, "I don't want to take my man's last dollar. I'll give it to you for free."
Oh
yeah!
Oh wow, the
I said,
lovely Miss Pam Greer.
I said, "Oh shit! Thank you, Miss Greer."
Yep.
What
He
a
was
sweet
smoother than a
lady.
pimp named. He was smoother than a pimp named Slaughter that time.
I love it.
That's not very difficult.
Whoa, calm
Name
down.
Slaughter's not as smooth as 80 grit sandpaper.
Well, I got an autograph from Pam for Lisa on Sunday, and she was very sweet. I listened to her talk to the people in front of me, and she was clearly a very down to earth, sweet lady. So that was really cool to hang out with her.
There was nobody when I walked up to her. There was nobody there. There was nobody there, just her. And I talked to her, and then she pulled that out. I said, "Oh my God!" I was like walking on air. I was just like tripping.
She paid him.
Yeah. That's what he did. That's what he did.
Where's the wedding, brother Joe?
Oh my God! No!
She was not.
Reverend Blake.
She was not over there when we went over there. I was hoping that we could look back and see her back. I mean, when we walked over there, I thought she was gonna be right there. She wasn't there.
She was very good. All right, so anybody want to do show and tell first? Anybody want to go first for
Can I go first? Because I got to run in a minute.
Hell yeah, you can go first, brother. All right, what you got for us, my man?
Why, big fail on my camera because everything's going to be backwards. So I'm just going to show you my favorite stuff.
We'll figure that out next time.
Like I said, we met Mike Coulter.
Ooh.
So I got the loop,
1838, right?
the loop behind the bar. You know, I never watched
You
Yellowstone.
can't tell
so I don't
Steve's
know.
story for him.
Oh, well, he didn't show up. So what do you want from me? Oh, nice.
This is my favorite thing you got.
Yeah, the pink looks so good. I got the Spider-Man and Moon Knight cover, and he signed it in red, and it's okay, but this pink is nice.
Yeah,
and then
pops.
I bought a bunch. Like I bought probably 9, almost all the Neil Adams X-Men. I bought a bunch of stuff. I'm just showing you my favorite stuff. This is my like #1 favorite thing that I got. Maria Wolf, like she does a lot of variant covers and stuff. Yeah. She's awesome.
Yeah.
So
She was bad. She was super bad.
I didn't even know what this book was. I just saw it on the table and thought it looked cool. And I was like, "Do you do remarks?" And she said, "Oh yeah, what do you want?" And I was like, "Oh, just something simple." And she was like, "Oh yeah, $20." And I'm like, "Say less."
Wow, a $20 remark.
Wow,
that's
sweet.
sweet.
Been doing a lot of those. She's pretty
Nice.
good.
Yeah.
So this, I found out later. This is a feral ratio variant cover.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cool cover, but and then
That is a great pickup, man. I love that.
Yeah.
I watched you know my friend Annika, right? Marcus.
Yes, yeah.
From 4C. Her and Maria Wolf ate an entire platter of barbecue together that was supposed to be
Spider ham, very nice.
They just went to town on. Why are you telling their business like that, dog?
Because I don't know where they put it.
Yeah, and then this is how big the stack of like the Neil Adams and early X-Men stuff I got.
Yeah, that's what. Well, you got to show it, man. That's
Nice.
what Biggie wants to see.
So I'm working on a run. I got 52, which is not Neil Adams. I got 55 Barry Windsor Smith. And then the Neil Adams, I got a nice copy of 56.
Ooh, love that 56.
57. 59.
Oh, I like that cover.
And then this Roy Thomas one, number 60. And then 62, the Khazar.
Wow.
And then 65. And so usually I really don't care about the grade as long as it's not like detached or destroyed or anything. But this year I was a little bit responsible before the show, so I was able to get like some good grades on these books, which the Neil Adams ones I wanted nicer ones. But yeah, I mean, it was a good show. This is probably the most I've ever spent overall. Like it was $45 to park, and then the tickets.
Yeah, dude, parking
I mean, I
is
could have
insane.
paid less to park if I wanted to walk like a mile and a half, but I'm not. I mean, $30 or $45. I'm paying $45. And then like
I paid $60. Yeah.
we got like one thing of nachos was like $15, and I mean it was. You got to pay to play, and I didn't expect it to be like, But I mean, I've been going a long time, and it's cool, and I'll still go, but like I only go one day usually for a reason now, and I mean part of it's parking, and part of it's just how expensive it is to play when you get there. But I mean, I'll keep going as long as they have them. So
Yeah, my
Bobby,
wife
you're
was saying as far as parking, the best way is to park at like River Market and take the trolley over or something. That
yeah, but
way
you
don't
still have to
deal
pay.
with-
I mean, you'd have to pay hourly on the. I mean, it would only be like $10 or whatever. But yeah. But Bobby, if you've been going a long time, you remember when it was at the Overland Park Convention Center. That's
Yep.
like that was peak. You could come and go as much as you wanted, and it was like the comic book guests were the same caliber. I mean, it's fun. Like Marcus, you and I were talking about this. It's fun to go and like see your people. Like in this hobby, you're lucky to have a small group of friends, like we do. But I mean, when you see that there's like 75,000 other people there, and they said that was the attendance was like 75,000 different tickets or whatever, like that are into the same stuff you are. It's sort of cool. I mean,
Yeah, hell yeah.
where is everybody all the rest of the time,
Oh yeah. Well, those are some dope pickups. I know Biggie's feeling that Neil Adams. Anybody else want to go next? Should I put you on the spot?
I got to
I did look it up. That X-Men 60. I did get that signed.
Yeah.
I've got the serial number ends in 022. Signed on 8/20/2021. I got that signed.
Nice. So
Hell
first
yeah.
off, this is a new tradition that me and Beckerman have, where we take a picture with a mad scientist. Last year, it was Adam Savage.
Last year, Adam Savage. This year, me, Pokane Joe, and Christopher Lloyd.
He said two crazy.
That is
scientists.
awesome. Love
So
it.
I've decided to have a new thing in my collection. I call them the Live, Laugh, Love, Kill covers from G.I. Joe Golden Age. So here's number 7. And the reason why I get these is this guy on this face that this guy makes when he's just doing
He's just loving his job.
just loving his job.
Never
Doing
worked a
the
day in his
Lord's
life.
work. And then I got this issue. This is number 8. These are all earlier issues. I was super happy to get these.
That's
This
awesome,
guy
man.
at a playground, sliding down, about to drop some bombs.
Look at that face, man.
Yeah, what's
So far,
great about
Joe's
this
the
is
only
if you
one not
notice
to-
these pictures, he's not like pointing his gun at anybody. He's literally just trying to bash people to death. It's a beautiful thing.
See, I never seen these before. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah,
I
that's
love
wild.
this one.
Yeah, why is
Yeah.
he smiling?
Just stuck his head out to get some air, and he's like, "Nah." And this is my
Take
favorite.
that. Yeah.
Oh my
What's
god!
that baby doing there? What the hell?
What is happening?
And look, he's fist pumping him. He's like, "Yes."
That's America, by God.
A little bit of a rarity that I found. Jet number 1 from the Golden Age is from 1951.
Oh, colors
Very
on that.
clean
I
copy.
love it.
Bubblehead. Get that
Yeah.
one.
That looks
Classic
great.
cover. I'm sure everybody has seen, but maybe nobody's held for you.
Wow,
I just put
another
all
army
military
one.
covers on this one.
Yeah.
I
You
like
have
to
a
think that
theme.
Superman is going down at the same speed as them just to screw with them.
Right? How messed up would that be?
Gentlemen,
out of
What
my
up, Trev?
comics that I chased down, I was looking for 3 comic books, but I can only find one, and I'm super happy that I got it. The Real Ghostbusters. This goes into my 80s collection of toy, cartoon, and comic, all 3 combined.
I remember that cartoon. Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's dope.
And then my prized possession from the con came from somebody on the panel tonight. We got Battle Heroes. This is the second giant size issue of it.
Nice.
Hell
yeah.
Getting the drop. And then I have a Bobby Delagoya. You know.
There you go.
I don't know why I have a hard time saying it.
Easy for you to say.
Joe, because you've never been to the ghetto.
Oh, man.
I got one of his little. I love this.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Anatomical.
I see it.
Then his penis comes up.
Oh, that's going to get me kicked off YouTube there.
Yeah, man.
Angry penis. So I got that. Like, my wife looked at it. She was like, "He does this."
Somebody
and I was
clip
like,
that,
She was
please.
like, "Professionally," and I was like, "We should convince him of that."
Yeah, everybody was.
Set up a table and just do this shit at a con.
Yeah,
Gotta
Bobby,
get
when
you
get
a Bobby De La Ghetto original. Hell yeah.
Man.
So yeah, that's
We
that's
can
my
make
haul.
this happen.
Another
Yeah, hold on,
banger
I
haul,
can say,
man.
But
Love
again,
it.
it was wonderful time. Thank you.
My favorite
yeah.
one was, I can't remember the name of it. It was like the red, white, and blue covers, though. I love that old timey book you had there. I can't remember what the name of it was, but good
Jet?
shit.
Yeah,
Jet, yeah, that was the one. Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
Keon,
What?
you are up, aka Swagda. You're up next, man. You want to show up?
Yeah, I got a couple. So somebody was supposed to be there the second day, but they wasn't there on the panel.
My kids
Allegedly.
came home, things got
And-
distracted.
We got this great picture, Vincent D'Onofrio.
Oh, King Boom, baby.
Serious face.
It was originally supposed. So what Keon is saying right now is originally it was supposed to be me and Marcus because the year before he and I started the tradition for us where we did Punisher, and this year we were going to do Kingpin. But Marcus, what happened to you on Saturday?
So I tried to park and I paid for parking, but when I got there, my parking was full. And then when I got home, my kids had gotten home after being gone for a week, and things got out of whack.
So
yeah, I
even
didn't
when
make it.
Pocan Joe doesn't drink you under the table,
I was
you
threatening
still
to
don't
drink
make
him.
it on a Saturday.
I was threatening to drink him under the table, but I realized that that was a bad idea. So we passed.
Sorry,
We're
I
gonna get
interrupted you, Keon. Show your autograph.
We're gonna get you next time, Joe.
This is
Fair enough.
Aaron Ross Marquardt that plays on Invincible and everything. And we got to meet him. I actually got pictures on my phone. We got me and Baby. He was so cool to meet.
I liked his character on Walking Dead. I remember
Yeah,
him.
he's a great character. Now I got some Bobito art. Man.
Is that for real?
I'm happy about it. Hey, Marcus wasn't lying. Once you get that real art in your hand from Bobby, you be like, oh man.
Tell me about it.
And I picked up. I like a lot of the cartoon books, and I like Robert Kirkman stuff. And I was checking through where Beckerman was set up at. I picked up me some cartoons.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Gold Key. Nice.
Got some 3D. It's like my
Whoa.
first 3D. Then I got Donald Duck Adventures.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
Classic.
And I picked up some Boy Rivals. I've been getting a hold of this Robert Kirkman stuff. I got the first issue when we went on a comic crawl that you didn't come to, Marcus.
Yeah, a lot of dang. I just called Marcus. Okay.
So if I'm the heart and soul of the KC crew, and Bobby's the king of the KC crew, Marcus, does that make you the weak link?
Probably. Yeah.
I'm the I'm the court jester of the KC crew. So
No, you're the golden pipes, man. The golden pipes of the KC crew.
Black Hawk.
Then, I got a couple issues of Black Hawk.
Nice. Yeah, I like that series.
We got that.
Oh yeah,
Smoke. Yeah.
When it was at Ryan and them table, I went to you and Ryan and them right after. You know, I like Fortnite. I talk about it all the time, man.
These kids in their Fortnite.
Bill is
Who found that? Who found that?
Stay tuned, baby.
I'm telling you that's Beckerman right there. He said it.
I found that book.
Then we got
Be excellent to each other. Yeah, nice.
I was happy about this one. Yeah. Got some.
I was looking for the seal cover.
Yeah, I'm looking for the seal one. Yeah.
Somebody told me that they had sold theirs on day one. It sold. I was like, dang.
Firestar.
Nice.
Hot.
Yeah, she's hot.
Eternals.
Volume 2. Nice.
Oh.
Got a cool Daredevil right there.
Silver Surfer.
Oh, Silver Surfer. I like Shiny. Got the Dark Hawk.
Dark Hawk. There's a
swoop.
Pop from Mike.
Then I picked up like 4 of the Toxic Crusaders. I've been liking this because I got one issue. Then I got the Toxic Avengers. So.
Oh, you specting on the
4.
Specting on Toxic, I see.
There's a little hype for that book, man.
Keon's the king of the dollar bins.
Yep. And then I got the Three Stooges 3D. So these my 2 3D books I got for the first time though.
Coming at you in 3D.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say they know you know good without the glass.
Yeah, I got the glass. Yeah, I had to make sure. That's what I made sure. And then,
why doesn't Joe just build you a pair of 3D glasses?
Yeah.
I need to get with you, Beckerman, because we have another project we gotta do for swag.
Here we go.
Oh yeah.
That's a dope ball. I'm surprised your stack wasn't even higher than that, honestly.
Oh no, it's higher. It's a lot of stuff.
I figure so. That was just a part of it.
Yeah.
I have a request for Joe. Can you build a really obnoxious old timey alarm clock so we can get Marcus to be on time, please?
Yes.
Keep going. Have your fun, Becker. Your story's coming, brother.
Oh, I'm gonna leave when that happens.
You have your fun. Any haul from you? Anything you want to show and tell?
Sure. Not nearly as large a stack as swagged, but and unfortunately one of them is currently in the press, so I can't pull that one out just yet. A couple small books here starting off. X-Men. Oops.
Oh,
I don't even know.
Disappeared.
Gotta pull it here. It's the backwards, but X-Men 25. Wolverine gets his adamantium pulled out by Magneto.
Ripped out. That's a nice one.
X-Men 176, first appearance of Valerie Cooper.
Who the hell's Valerie Cooper? I don't know who that is.
Oh, come
my
on.
God.
Government agent ends up starting
Liaison.
X Factor. Yeah, government
Yeah.
liaison starts X
Oh my
Factor.
God.
Carry on.
Gonna start taking nerd cards, man. X Factor 23. Actual first appearance of Archangel. Fight me. Bring it. I don't care.
You
Actual first
bought that
appearance.
from Denny all day long.
Yep.
Yeah, you
these
can tell.
first four I got from Denny. And then X Factor 92, part of the Fatal Attractions. First appearance of Exodus. Love that character. Totally underutilized, in my opinion. And then kind of some bigger books here. Nothing crazy huge, but
what up, Nate?
Nice copy of X-Men 221, first appearance of Sinister.
Nice.
Highly undervalued key, in my opinion.
That book has a future.
Yes,
for sure.
They've teased him so many times. Wolverine #1, ongoing series, newsstand edition. I always love that cover.
Yeah.
A little X-Men focused here.
Yes. I'm a big X-Men's what got me into comics. I love my mutants.
Yeah, yeah.
X-Men #49, first appearance of Lorna Dane. Goes nicely with my X-Men 50 that I'm getting ready to send in. And then a couple slabs. Whoops. If I can get it to show up here, which I cannot.
This is great. It's like a panel and a game all in one.
There you go. X-Men 54, 6.5, first appearance of Alex Summers. The one in the press is actually an X-Men 58, first appearance of Havoc. I think that one's going to be a solid 7.5, maybe an 8. And then this, I'm going to be disappointed. There we go. I can kind of get it to show. First appearance of Carnage, CBCS 9.8. Outside of the X-Men, I just kind of love my villains. So when I saw the first Carnage 9.8, I'm also a CBCS guy, so that was perfect for me. Had to jump on that. I think it's 10 books that I ended up picking up.
Some bangers in there though, some big books.
There's some good books.
So
good. So you're happy with your haul? Did you have things you missed that you wished that you picked
absolutely. Totally happy. There were some excellent books there that I would have loved to have picked up. Some of the prices out there were a little ridiculous. I won't name names. I'm not gonna price shame anyone.
I'll do it all day long.
But one of my strategies when I go to people's booths, I don't necessarily expect your bins to have been completely repriced before the show, because I get it. You got a lot of inventory. You can't hit every book, but I expect your wall to be up to date. Yeah. Maybe you've added an extra 10% just so that you have some wiggle room. I get that. So if I pick out a good book and I price it and you're within 10%, maybe 15%, then I'll start digging. If you're wildly out of date with your prices, you've got like an extra 50%. You've got a $500 book and you've got it priced at $800. I'm walking away. It's just, I'm not even going to look at anything else. I'm not going to play that game. So I saw a lot of beautiful books. I want to get an X-Men #4. That's the next really big book that's on my list. But yeah, the ones that were there were way overpriced.
There was a few booths that I stopped by where I went in their bins and immediately saw some ridiculously priced books. I'm like, all right, let's move on. We're not gonna stick it around here.
Well, the bins I'll ask about, because I figure the bins might be out of date. You haven't had a chance to reprice those.
Yeah.
So I'll ask and I'll negotiate. Hey, can we work out a deal on this? But everything else, if the wall's out of date and super overpriced, then I imagine that you're not going to negotiate on your bins.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of such elite pricing.
Oh, I see what you did there, brother. We're not going to be taking shots at our local royalty like
Oh, I'm
that.
sorry. I didn't understand what you're talking about.
Thank you
I
so
used to
much, Ray. That's a
remember that
dope
means
haul,
something.
man. Thank you for sharing that with us. Who
Thank
wants
you.
to go next? Beckerman, you want to go next? You got anything you want to show off before you go to bed, old man?
Sure. Are you sure nobody else wants to go? Did you make me wait till last?
No, there's brother Joe and Bobby still, so you're not last. Jeez,
I got a
calm
few
down.
things.
All right. Well, first I went and saw Kyle Strom.
Twig
Day
fame.
and I
Nice.
got him to add that Batmite. He
Ooh.
chose the character. It started out, it's supposed to be all DC villains, but a definite Batman theme has emerged.
Yeah,
We got Jeff Edwards with the clay face.
love it.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool ones. Sinestro, Mr. Freeze, Solomon Grundy by Phil Hester. Bob Hall did the first one. That was that Joker. Brent Peoples with the Mad Hatter, and Dexter Vines with Penguin.
Who did you say did that, Sinestro?
That was my buddy Mark Stegbauer at C2E2 2022.
That's nice. I like that.
Yeah,
It's called
Hashtag
little
Acetate.
I like the
little
color.
thing called a jam piece. I believe Burke Family 54 taught you that. Is that right?
As everything, Burke taught me this. Yeah.
No, that's dope as
Taught
hell,
me
man.
everything. Taught me everything. All right. I got this book from Riley Brown signed. It's Outrage. Him and Fabian Necheza worked on this, and Fabian, of course, of New Warriors fame. Signed Riley Brown. He was at the Hero Initiative booth.
They're very dope. I love them hardcover comics, man.
Let's go through my pickups. These were all bargain bin books. Did not pay much for any of these.
Sweet. Are you?
That's some Iron Man.
Are you collecting that run, Volume 1, on Iron Man?
I'm starting to chip away at it.
Yeah.
I love those. Yeah, those triple.
I have this book
Yeah.
already, but I grabbed it because why not?
Ooh, fantastic.
Yeah.
Nice. I need that book.
Okay, you can have it.
Thor.
Thor 261.
Oh, yeah.
I love them classic Thor covers.
Yeah, that Thor cover is sweet. Yeah, them classic ones be looking
This
good.
is kind of a joke between me and Ken Carson. Ken is always, he looks at things as an art rep, as a guy that's got to bill out an artist's hours. And he thinks whoever came up with Jimmy Olsen's jacket should be drugged through the streets because of all the time inking you would spend doing that.
Oh yeah.
So
That is ridiculous.
I picked this issue up because it's a fine example of Jimmy Olsen wearing checkered suit jackets. And then we got another Iron Man.
Ooh, 62, 20 center. Nice.
I don't know if Biggie Shack's the one who taught me about this book. It might have been. It feels like it's a Biggie Shack book. But I found this book on the super chippity cheap. So I grabbed it.
Ooh, Gio.
That's a Pocan book.
This is issue 138. First appearance of the Losers.
We're all born losers.
Well, some of us are.
Oh,
Issue 91.
man.
And my final dollar bin book.
Ooh,
Nice.
that was a dollar
How's
bin.
that in a dollar?
Oh, the dollar bin? Oh,
Yeah.
Is it detached or something?
No.
Oh, nice.
That was
I
a
mean,
good
it looks
dollar
like a
bin.
solid
Yeah.
reader.
dang, Beckerman found that before I came over there. That's what that was.
Yes, I did. I did.
See?
Nice.
See? All right. And then I got an Adam Hughes sketch.
Ooh, nice.
That's what you was going over there for. Yeah, I
Yeah.
like that.
Took me a few attempts, but
I
I got it. I got it done. And then I went and saw Jim Mahfood, and I got his art book, The Ballpoint Slayer. Shout out to Actual Dracula. We both like to hang out in his live streams. and this original drawn on the back of it came with it. This was $40.
That looks
Yeah,
cool,
he
man.
was,
That looks interesting.
yeah. He was showing me the interior. It's got some real interesting things. It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I would show the interior, but this is a family show.
You damn
Yeah.
right.
I don't need to get Marcus canceled. And
Well,
then
that's how families are made. You know what I mean? That's what. Yeah.
Doug Mankey art, $100.
Wow.
I didn't know you
art.
got that. That's
This was for Whiz Kids.
I love that.
So
Yeah.
Batgirl and Bizarro.
Love the Bizarro, man.
And then of course I picked up a huge stack of art for 4C Comics customers at Doug's booth.
Nice.
Great.
That's probably the best one out of them.
Ooh.
Claim.
Little death metal going on there.
Yeah.
Is that the 1 in 25 cover that he did for those books?
No, it's not a cover. It's just a commission.
Okay, it looks like it. Y'all remember the Dark Knight's death metal, the rock and roll variant cover they had for the 1 in 25s?
Yeah.
It's sort of definite homage to that.
I also really like this one.
Nikki Fury.
Man, that's
nice.
So tight.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah, I seen him. I sat there and watched him work on that Dark Lantern, the Black Lantern sketch.
Oh
yeah. That shit was badass. Yeah.
Man.
What was your great haul, Beckerman? What would you say your highlight of the weekend was? Do you have one?
Seeing my friends.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm a man of a big heart.
Yeah.
Always a good time. Tom's
Marcus
Town
doesn't think so.
Tom's Town was pretty dope. We had that back room. He told us that usually you have to pay $1,000 to rent that.
Thousands of dollars.
Thousands. So,
he said it rented for over $1,000. It was like, I think he said something like that, like ridiculous. But we got this huge back room. We had like the roaring fire. I thought they were gonna take one look at our group and be like, "Fuck no."
Yeah, Bobby walking in with the mask on.
Yeah, I didn't get the memo. Yeah,
I didn't think it was even Bobby. Like, I thought it was all like Bobby. Was that place not fancy as hell?
Yeah, I would never go there if it wasn't for you guys. But yeah. Hey, Dayman, good to see you, bro.
Spokane Joe, bless his heart, loves that place. And I can't say no to Joe. He's coming all.
I love that place too, man. It's so great. And shout out to
memory
Joe.
The drinks are.
I wish I didn't have to sign an NDA about all the stuff Joe told me.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Allegedly.
I found out everything, but I had to sign an NDA, so I can't.
It is required. Daymars, we're just going around talking about highlights, showing off hauls. We were gonna do the homie. Oh wait, what is that? Let's fix that. There we go. We're gonna do the homie brother Joe next. Brother
All
Joe,
right.
what'd you snag? Anything to show off?
All right. Well, I went in with, like I said, on a budget, and I had two items in mind. I wanted to pick up some old Mad magazines.
Ooh.
So I picked up these four.
Ooh, nice.
Oh, I like that one.
I got this one. I picked up this one.
Classic.
Oh man, yeah.
From the 60s.
Ooh.
April Fool's one.
Mm-hmm.
Against Conformity. Oh, the Jaws.
The Jaws cover.
Now, when I went there, they were in a half price bin. So I told them, I'll take them for $10 a piece. I'll give you $40 for all four of them. I said, it's Sunday, your last day. You want the cash or you want to take them home? He said, give me the cash. I said, all right, you got it.
Man knows how to wheel and deal. Hell yeah. Very
then I was
nice.
walking around and I picked up a few slabs. I paid less than $100 for all these, and most of them were $20 a piece. The Punisher.
What's the grade on it? Oh, 9-4. There we go. Now we can see it. Nice. I love that cover. For $20, you can't beat that, man.
$20. I got this one.
Oh, I like that one. I liked that
9-8.
series, actually. I enjoyed that one.
They were going for $50, but they were in the half price band. So I told them instead of 25, these two right here, I told them I'll give you 40 for them, for both of them. Said,
Oh,
okay.
First Cersei. That one's nice. I'm jealous of that one.
Eternals.
And then
Why does it keep doing that? What is going on?
another guy had another guy that I dealt with before, going a couple of years.
Fucking amateur hour.
He had these mystery slabs, and the mystery slabs were going for $50, and you don't know what you pick. So I said, all right, I'll tell you what. It's my birthday month. It's Sunday. I know you don't want to take it home with you. Let me have one for $30. And he thought and thought and he thought, all right, since it's your birthday month, I'll let you have it. I got it home and I opened it up and it was this one.
Amazing.
Number one. Nice.
Yeah.
A 9-8. That's a very nice deal, man. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Cost more to get a slab.
here's my lady love.
Oh.
Hey, what up, man?
And I told her, I said, I've been watching the movie. I said, which one is the Big Bird Cage? Because I love that movie. That's the one where you're in the shower scene. And she goes, yeah. She goes, this one right here. And I said, all right, let me have that one. So she signed it.
For free, too. Well done, man. That's called a baller on a budget right there. Came in. He saw
I've watched this man clean out wrestling companies of the souvenirs.
Hey, Beckham, I say Fable made me a singing star, but you made me a wrestling star because all those wrestlers love my little doggy. They love my little doggy.
They do love it.
Yeah.
Sure.
If you guys don't know, we all go to wrestling together.
Yes.
Too. And yeah, Joe's dog has become a good luck stop for all the wrestlers on the way to the ring.
Can I pet it?
Yeah, they want to pet him. I tell the Mexican wrestlers, look, the reason why you're losing is because you don't have the power of the Chihuahua with you. So you need the power of the Chihuahua. They say,
Yeah, Fuego del Sol. Fuego del Sol.
Yeah, he was dope, man. He was hella dope. Well, thank you, Brother Joe, for sharing that with us, man. That was an awesome haul.
Fable said, Bobby was telling Fable about the parties you went to, and he said, why don't you just get a bottle? And I said, man, I had 2 cases of beer and a half a gallon of whiskey sitting there at the house, and I wish you guys would have just come over here and we could have partied our asses off. Plus party favors. But, maybe one of these days we can.
One of these days we'll do a house party and said that would be fun as hell, man. But I hope you guys were taking notes. That is how it's done. That's how you take a con by storm. Thank you so much, Brother Joe.
Did everybody else here party at Marcus's?
Yeah, we'll see about that. Bobby De La Ghetto, another one of the veterans. You got anything you want to show off from your Planet Hall?
Oh yeah, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I had a good time because, like I said, it was, I've been going for many years, so it was cool, meeting new people like Kyle. I never met him before. And then Swagda, you know what I'm saying? This was like his first con, so it was cool seeing through his eyes, going through it, seeing everything from a new person's perspectives and stuff. Yeah. And Dave Maris, it was cool to meet you, man. Yeah. And, Poke and Joe, always a blast. So that was always, like I said, the memories, that was the best part. But yeah, I was walking around and I was trying to stay away from the comments because, I had to make my money last. I know I'm going 3 days, so I was trying to take it easy. But I started finding books, at a good price. So I started picking. This was one that I was looking for. I didn't think I would ever find it at a reasonable price. But yeah, it's a 4.0 FF number 55. Yeah, where my favorite character is the Thing. And, I have the story in other mediums. I have the reprint and all that, but now I got the original one. Yeah.
In a
This
nice,
one,
and hell of a pickup right there. Love it.
You know what I love? I'm seeing a lot of CBCS slabs, and that makes me so happy.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, this is an old, yeah.
Yep.
It's an old one, but yeah. It's beautiful. To me, this is a beauty right here. Yeah, I didn't think I was going to have it, but I got it. Yeah, and then later on the next day, I went and I looked, I was looking around and I found some guy, he had them 2 for $10. So basically $5 a book. And I started looking, I found Champions number 3. Which that completed my run. That's the only one that I needed was this one, and I came across it, a real nice copy of Champions number 3. Yeah.
Dan, I picked that up.
Just like the Chiefs, we are the champions, my friend. We didn't get the Super Bowl this year, but we still the champions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
We need that.
Yeah.
Then I found this one. I'm not a big DC guy or Lois Lane guy, but this cover, it's a square bound. And it was just nice. It had a lot going on the cover, and it just for some reason it spoke out to me. Yeah, from 1966, Lois Lane number 68. Yeah. It's just got a lot going on. I picked it up. This one here, I like these. He had some more of these. I should have got some more. This is number 2. I have number 1, Astonishing Tales. But these ones are great. Yeah, it's got a Buscema cover, and then it's got a Kirby story with Craven fighting with Khazar there, and then it's got a Wally Wood. The second story is Dr. Doom story with Wally Wood doing the art. So these are awesome. Yeah, this was all they were. Like I said, these were in the $5 bin and stuff. Yeah, I started finding them. I started, I said, I got to take it easy. I'm getting too much. But, I was always looking for this one, too, a Warlock number 1. And, it's not no 9.8, but for that price, for $5, yeah, I said, let me get it. And so, yeah, that's when I was looking for,
Great, hell yeah.
Little Fantastic Four theme. Here's a what if, number 11. This was on my radar. But I find it for $5, I snapped it up. Yeah, it's Jack Kirby art, and he's actually the Thing in this one, and Stan Lee's Mr. Fantastic, and Sal and Flo. Yeah, the Fantastic Four. What if the bullpen was the Fantastic Four? So yeah, a real nice copy of that. I stashed it up. Now this one was in rough shape. This was Fantastic Four number 57. But it's got like 3-hole punch in it. Yeah. But it's Jack Kirby. This is the one where Dr. Doom steals Silver Surfer's power. And, but for $5, I was on the fence. Should I get it? Shouldn't I get it? Yeah, and I got it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so this is mine. It's all mine. This shit. Yeah, I love it.
Good home. It's seen some shit, though. Wow.
Yeah, it's seen some shit. And then also this one, too, with Fantastic Four Annual 2. Yeah, I had Annual number 3 like when I was a kid. That's where Sue and Reed get married. And like last year, I was able to acquire Annual number 1. So I had a gaping hole where I wanted number 2. And it's in rough condition too. It doesn't have a back cover, but like I said, this one I paid. I got it for, the guy wanted 40, but he sold it to me for 35. So yeah, it was in my price range. And so now, if anything, it's a placeholder, but I love it, man. This is this is what it's all about for me. Dr. Doom, the Fantastic Four, 1964. Yeah, this is some of that old school. And then this one here was an upgrade, for $5. Yeah, I had this one when I was a kid. I still got it. But that black spine is, it's got some stress, but this one's real nice. Yeah. So kind of like that slab with the Thing and Silver Surfer. I go full circle. This was the FF 55, and this is FF 155, and it's still the Thing and the Silver Surfer. Yeah, there he's taking him out with just a hard look. Yeah, he's giving him a real hard stare and knocking the Thing down. Yeah.
Love it, man. That is dope.
Yeah. Those are the ones I got. And then I got some autographs. Yeah, I picked up a few autographs. I got Jose Quesada. I was looking forward to meeting him. I never met him before. And he was $30 an autograph. So, I had about 5-6 things, but I said, I said, let me get one and see what I can do. Yeah, so I got that. Jose Quesada signed this Batman Gallery. Inside, I got a bunch of autographs too, but then I got some Adam Hughes. The White Widow. This was from the swimsuit issue. I had my swimsuit signed a few years ago, and then so I got this one signed, and that Rogue second printing of Rogue #1.
Love it.
The AH on that, and Amanda Connor and Jimmy Palmani. Yeah, she did the cover on that Deadpool, and he wrote the story. So I got a double sig on that.
Yeah, they're nice peoples, man. I like them.
And Doug Mankey, yeah, there's that one of those rock and roll Doug Mankey, yeah. I got this book from the Garage Con, yeah, and then turned around and got it signed from my man Doug Mankey, who, by the way, put me in a comic. So I got to hang out and meet him again. That was a big part, at the last day. I just camped out in front of his booth and Maria Wolf, and we just talked a lot. I was listening. I was able to watch him draw and hang out with those guys, and
you watched him draw that Black Lantern, you said, right?
Yeah, I watched him. He was finishing up on it, yeah, and then he started on a Thanos.
I had to take it from his damn clutches.
Yeah.
So that I can get out of there.
Yeah, man, yeah. So it was a great time. Another con down. Like I said, the circus left town. You get that, you get that little bit of sadness where, I can't wait to hang out with you guys again and shit.
Yeah, for sure. I know what you mean, man. So we've been waiting all year for it. Now it's gone. We got to wait again. I feel you on that. But thank you for jumping on. Thank you for sharing your haul, man. That was dope as hell. And
love you guys.
Dave Bears here last, but most certainly not least. Before we get to your haul, any highlights, any thoughts on the con? Maybe come back and see us sometime.
Yeah, I'll probably be back next year. It's not too far.
Okay. Yeah.
Any thoughts on the con? Any highlights? What was your highlight of the weekend?
Just spending time with everybody. The nights out and eating.
Show up Saturday.
Especially, all the stuff me and Pocan did Saturday night whenever everybody else just sort of left us.
I showed up to dinner Saturday. What do you mean?
After that, whenever you were supposed to drink them underneath the table.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Things got
Where'd you guys end up going, Daymares?
It was a little piano bar that was about a block from our hotel.
Okay.
Was it at Power and Light or was it?
It wasn't that far down. It was just
okay.
I can't even think of the name of it. We were staying at the
Hotel
Phillips, and it was just down less than a block from there. It said there was a piano bar, but it actually had a bassist playing jazz in there.
Sounds fancy, man.
Yeah, it does.
Hell yeah.
That's a fancy.
Well, I know you got some dope stuff. I saw one of them at least.
Yeah.
Anything you want to show off to the people?
Right there at the cover up there.
Yes.
That's my big.
Already got the cover on the wall.
Yep.
And then there was the one I bought a couple years ago from the same guy. It's the other cover. So those are the two covers he did for Rye.
That dry cover looks sick that you bought, man. I absolutely love it.
Whenever I bought that one, I halfway regretted it later on, wishing I would have bought the other one. And then came back, that was the first place I went Friday was to see if he had it. And he did. I was like, okay.
I know you had that thing right away as soon as we came in.
Yeah,
that was the first thing you did. Can confirm.
Yeah,
did
because I didn't know if you'd still have it because that was like, 3 years ago that I bought the one. So I was like, I don't know if he'll still have it, but it's worth a try. And he did. Because he didn't have it listed on his website or anything. I'd already looked at that.
It was meant for you.
Yeah.
Did you pick up any books or was it just the art?
Yeah, I got a few. I picked up these little Masters of the Universe comic books.
Oh,
awesome.
Ones that came with the toys originally.
Yeah.
Also got that.
Oh. He-Man and She-Ra.
Apparently the first appearance of She-Ra in a comic book.
but it's not like a actual release. They released it for a movie. So
You picked that up from Drew, right? Como Comics?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that's another YouTuber.
That's
awesome.
That's got me up 1-7 now.
And Nate, we're talking Planet Comic-Con, Kansas City this past weekend.
Strange Tales. I like the cover.
Guys, I think I'm gonna head to bed.
Anything you want to promote before you get out of here? Hucklebuck, Comic Viking?
Yeah, Hucklebuck. See me at church on Sundays. Biggie Shack, always doing wonderful things on Friday nights. You can catch him every day. His 2 to 4 show. Biggie's wonderful. He was actually very excited that Dame Ayers was coming to Kansas City because that's his guy. So excited, man. But anyway,
I know it's late for you, man. Thanks for jumping on. I appreciate you, brother.
Later, man.
Love you, man. All right, back to Dame Ayers.
Yeah.
Night, Becker.
That was the first Steranko Marvel art.
Wow.
Ooh.
That.
That's
Kirby
nice.
cover.
Yeah, Kirby Interior. Yeah, too.
Yeah.
Yep.
Then got some autos and stuff.
Biggie, JP. You need to hang out with the Kansas City crew, JP.
Valiant book got signed by that was Mike Chrome. Did the cover on that.
Oh, I like that cover.
Another Valiant book by Paul Pieltier.
Valiant love is real.
Hey, them Valiant books be good.
Another Valiant by that one was Kevin Nolan.
Hell yeah.
That's one thing about them Valiant guys. They're loyal.
Yeah. Another Valiant. That one was actually by Tom Seeley and Ryan Kincaid. They're both there.
Awesome.
We're showing off Planet Comic-Con halls, Rob.
DeCall did that cover.
Ooh, Shadow Man.
By him.
More Valiant. Never enough Valiant.
Got another one here.
Oh, Dame Ayers. I'm messing with it. I like the Valiant stuff.
Joe Q and Jimmy Palmiotti and Dennis Hopeless, all three.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
And then 2 more DeCalls.
The cow. I love his stuff, man. He's been killing it lately.
Catwoman.
Another one.
Yeah. And one more, and that'll be the Stephen Platt.
Another one of those, too. That's a classic cover to get signed. I should have brought mine to get signed, but I wasn't getting slabs this year, and I like my signatures to be slabbed. I'm weird like that. But that is dope.
Robbie.
Yes, sir.
Another original.
Another original from the boy.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
Pick that up from Freddie Williams.
Oh, did you find him? I never did find him, actually.
Yeah.
Kind of in the middle, towards the end of one of like more towards the front, I guess, of the building instead of the back.
Yeah.
Like away from the artist. And that's it on the raw books. Picked up a couple of slabs that I worked out in a deal and got all 4 of them in one bundle.
Oh, not a. I thought it was gonna be a Valiant slab for sure.
Cover.
That's a dope Doom cover.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Love that one. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I wish Becker was still here to tell this story.
You're gonna have to tell it.
Who was signed by?
Roy Thomas.
Oh, sweet.
These are we told this one. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one? Okay,
Yep.
yeah, we talked about this earlier.
I'm like, oh, these are some familiar looking books. And
Yep,
Dr.
yep.
Doom cover, M'Baku, my Roy Thomas.
Another special connection with that book. That's dope.
One that I was looking for at the con and missed out on a raw the day before, but found this for a good price. The first He-Man.
Oh, 9.4, nice and
Which I didn't
vintage.
figure I would buy a 9.4, but I found it for before I worked out the deal, it was still about $50 cheaper than eBay. And then worked out a deal where I got it even cheaper than those other ones.
Nice.
So cleaned up nice. Overall, a good trip. Cannot wait to see you back next year, man. That's dope as hell, man. Love it. Anything else anybody else wants to show before we get out of here, man? Any other dope hauls? Anything? Any other stories? We're going to leave Beckerman alone. We're not going to tell his story. We'll just let him slide. We're also not going to tell Burke's story about Mike Coulter. We're going to let that one slide.
Allegedly.
Yes, allegedly. Before we get out of here, anything that you want to promote, Daymare? Is anything going on your channel?
Maybe I might actually release a haul video. Be the first video I've done in a few months.
Oh, I can't wait to see it now.
Heck yeah, man. Come back to us on Comic Book YouTube. We need you. Promote comics, talk about comics. Oh, wait, that's not the right link. Dang it. That's Beskar Books again. Let me get your link in the chat. Check my man out. Get plugged in, linked up, and maybe catch that haul video and his experience here at Planet. Thank you so much for jumping on Daymares. I know you're pulling double duty tonight, so I really do appreciate you swinging by. Swagda, one of the newer members of Comic Book YouTube, one of the more excited members, bringing that excitement. Definitely check him out in his haul videos. He's also doing a lot of reaction video stuff I noticed as well. Yeah. Anything you want to promote on your channel, my man?
For my first con, that video gonna be coming out soon. Then I'm gonna have my haul videos coming out. But I'm editing that one literally. Like I've been editing it today and yesterday. So that should be dropping like tomorrow or the day after. And then I got the just like you, Daymares, I'm gonna have it because I still got a lot of books. There's still a lot of books around. So
nice.
I'm gonna be doing the hauls for that and reactions. So if y'all be doing stuff, I can react to it. So y'all let me know.
He is ready and willing. Plug in to my homie Swagged Up if you're not already plugged in, and look for him in the Kansas City area because he'll probably be there if some comic book stuff is going down. Thank you so much for jumping on, Keanu. I appreciate you, my man. Let's get on to Ray Fair Comics LLC. We'll put your Instagram in the chat. Anything anything you want to promote by chance?
No, I don't have a YouTube channel. I don't have a podcast or anything that I want to promote. If you see me at a con, you see me at a comic book show, you see me at a wrestling show, hit me up. I'm happy to talk comics, nerd out with anyone, talk pressing, whatever you guys want. I love the community. I'm always happy to chat.
Link is in the chat, guys. Follow him on Instagram. Link up, hook up, broaden your community here. Brother Joe. Oh, thank you so much for jumping on, Ray, by the way. Brother Joe, anything you want to promote? Anything going on with you, my man?
Hey, you know me. They don't call me the Golden Pipes for nothing. Come and join us on the all new, all different Blame Fable show at 8 o'clock, 7 Central on Friday nights. Hey, come and join us, and you might learn something. You might come on the show one of these times with us and do it with Fable and them.
And that's over on One Collection Down over on YouTube. Definitely plug into that on Fridays. You might see a little Brother Joe singing a tune.
I wanted to pull out Invasion of the KC crew on this show, but we're still in the works for that. We're still in the negotiations for that.
All right, we'll see what we can do. I'm down to support the Invasion. And you're supposed to be. Why does it stop making you big there? Definitely check out One Collection Down. Sorry about that, Brother Joe. I don't know why it keeps taking you. It doesn't like you, Brother Joe. I don't know.
We always figure we don't do a show without glitches. If we do a show without glitches, there's something wrong.
Yeah. Thank you so much for jumping on and sharing your haul and your experience, Brother Joe. I appreciate you so much. Can't wait to do it again next year. Bobby De La Ghetto, what's going on with you? Anything you want to promote here before we get out of here?
Hell yeah, man. I want to promote my KC crew, man. All you guys, Ray, Swagda, everybody. What are you snacking on? That's what I want to know. And saying Thanks. I had a great time, man. And you can catch me. I'm on Instagram at Bobby Delegato One. I share my art and just crazy stuff I'm thinking about. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, you can catch me in the streets fighting for democracy. Truth and justice, like always. And you can usually catch me at the post office on wanted posters and stuff like that. Stealing from the rich, giving to the poor. You know how I do it. Yep. And just love you guys, man. Yeah, I always love hanging with you guys. And let me know, man, when you go see Fantastic Four, some wrestling, whatever you guys are down for. Yeah, I always wanted a KC crew, and now I got one and shit. So I appreciate you guys.
That's what's up. Thank you so much for jumping on. And before we get out of here, shout out to my homie Pocan Joe. We always love seeing you every year at Planet Comic Con. We have a blast hanging out and drinking and having a good time with you. And we appreciate you coming through and hanging out with us so much. Check out Pocan Joe on the YouTubes. Link for that comic book review channel is in the chat there. Pocan Joe at Pocan Joe. And then, of course, he's got the Evil Layer projects and builds where he's doing mad scientist blacksmithing and stuff like that. So plug into everybody's channels, everybody's Instagram, grow your community. But that's all I got. I'm losing my voice for some reason. I don't know what's going on. But that's all I got this week, guys. Thank you so much, everybody that came to Planet Comic Con, everybody that makes it this wonderful thing that I look forward to every year. And that's all I got this week, guys. Until next week, peace.